Hey, my beautiful souls. Welcome in, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be diving deep into something real. Something people do not talk about enough, all right? So, let me look at my picture. We're going to have some images that's going to trigger your mind, trigger your thoughts as we talk about the different things that we will be touching on today, y'all. Okay? So, let me move me out the way. We're going to go through a few different images. All right, but the topic is, we know we had Thanksgiving yesterday, right? Why you can't eat everybody's Thanksgiving food. And honestly, why you can't eat everybody's food, period. All right? This is bigger than just the holidays. This is why I purposely waited I was going to drop this video yesterday, but I purposely waited to drop it the day after Thanksgiving because I want you guys to know, like, some people just want to get prepped up and do things for a holiday, da-da-da. Don't fall into that illusion. It's not just about the holiday. I'm painting a bigger picture for you. Come here, let me paint this picture for you, okay? So, this is about energy, psychology, spiritual hygiene, symbolism, and the programming that happens every time you put something in your mouth. Because if you are a program, right? Like I tell y'all, you think about yourself like a computer. You put different inputs, you insert different things, right? You eating different things, whatever. And all of that affects the computer, the program. And all of that, basically, in essence, ultimately decides who you're going to be in a whole form, right? Or who you're perceived to be. Or even who you are on the inside. So, if you are a program, then what exactly are you feeding your program? The energy behind food. Let's start with the spiritual layer. Food is a transfer system. It carries memory. It carries intention. It carries vibration. Whatever energy someone had while cooking, frustration, jealousy, stress, bitterness, envy, or love, all of that gets encoded into the food. You're not just tasting seasoning. You're tasting their mood. You're digesting their frequency. And if someone doesn't like you, baby, you already know what they're seasoning that food with. This is why your intuition will be loud. Don't eat that. Even when it looks amazing. Because your spirit knows what your eyes don't. Okay? And I want to say this. Like I told you guys, check out the clairvoyance videos that I did for you guys. I did them because I want you guys to understand that this is way deeper than just being cautious of what you eat. I'm awakening the divine from within you, right? Whoever was drawn to this video, I'm awakening and bringing your soul remembrance of who you are. I did all those videos previously last month in October, especially about the clairs, because I want you to be awakened to your gifts. The natural healing abilities that you walk around with and may not even know. The natural superpowers that you walk around with that you may not even know because it's been suppressed, right? Now let's talk psychology. Every bite you take is data. It's information for your subconscious mind. When you eat food prepared in chaotic homes, around negative people, or in stressful environments, you're teaching your subconscious that those energies are safe. You're reinforcing whatever vibration surrounded the creation of that meal. If you're trying to elevate emotionally or spiritually, but you keep eating from places that are spiritually unclean or emotionally unstable, it slows your growth. Food doesn't just fill your stomach. It programs your mind. It literally programs your mind. All right? And we really don't even realize that our body is very intelligent. Our body is so intelligent. Like, we really overdo it with all the talking and all the things that we do. We overdo it because we're so intelligent naturally. But we've been made to believe that everything's outside of ourselves. All the intelligence and the AI and all that. It's all outside of us. But no, it's really us. It's like, let me take what you got, chef it up a little bit for you. You Benny Honda. Matter of fact, no. You Ruth Chris. I'm Applebee's. But I'm going to show you what I got. You understand what I'm saying? You got Ruth Chris ability. But they show us Applebee's ability, AI, artificial intelligence. But you got Ruth Chris ability. Applebee's is not touching Ruth Chris. I don't care what. Applebee's is not touching Ruth Chris. I don't care. What are we talking about, right? Think about that. Your body is intelligent. It reads energy faster than your brain does. When you eat food made with unclean intentions, unclean hands, or unclean minds, your body responds instantly. That's why you might feel tired, foggy, heavy, irritated, drained, or disconnected. Your body is saying, this energy didn't belong in me. This does not align with me. This energy didn't belong in me. You're not just digesting food. You're digesting the environment that it was created in. Symbolically, eating is sacred. This is why, me personally, I don't really believe in breaking bread, as in making money, or eating food, drinking drinks in a group of people that I don't really resonate with. I don't really agree with that. And I try my hardest to make sure that that is something that I don't partake in. If we are not in a good space, or I'm just not fully aligned with what you're doing, it doesn't really have nothing to do with me, I don't want to go ahead and partake in anything in a group with you, because either I'm going to be where you are, you're going to be where I'm at eventually, if we was to continue with this. Or if it's just one-time thing, even then it's still going to have some type of effect, especially for my highly sensitive people. Y'all know I did a video about that as well. Check it out. What does that mean to be highly sensitive? But for my highly sensitive people, we can't just do all that. I've been like that since a kid. You know, also I'm a Virgo sun, so rules over what? The stomach. So it's always when I have something or something's off. Like I had made a piece of grilled chicken the other day, and I feel like the chicken that it came from must have been going through something, because it just made me feel weird, you know? But you got to be able to be conscious and aware enough to notice where things are coming from, or you'll just think it's all you. You'll just be thinking you going through a mood that day. You understand? Symbolically, eating is sacred. It is intimate. It is one of the deepest forms of taking energy inside you. Let me say that sentence again. It's one of the deepest forms of taking energy inside you. In many traditions, food is a blessing. Food is an offering. Food is a ritual. Food can also be a curse, right? We know it's always polarity to everything. The kitchen is an altar. The cook is the practitioner. The food is the ritual. The kitchen is the altar. The cook is the practitioner. The food is the ritual. So you really have to ask yourself, who is performing the ritual I'm about to consume? That's a good question, right? Who is performing the ritual I'm about to consume? And if you don't know, this is another thing. And this is not a judgmental thing, but I want you guys to take this in account. The kitchen center of the house is ruling a lot of your finances in your life, right? If you look at feng shui, they say the kitchen has a lot to do, and a lot of folk magic, things like that. Hoodoo, the kitchen has a lot to do with how much money you got. If somebody's kitchen's dirty, you shouldn't be eating in there either, because it's not going to be a blessing. It may not be intent to be a curse, but it's still not going to be a blessing. You understand? Now, let's bring in something deeper. Because y'all like, okay, that's all good and dandy, but I'm hungry. I got to eat. And I ain't going to be able to cook for myself every time. Okay. Well, awareness and the elevation of your consciousness and just being aware of this concept is already, good job for being here, because it's already shifting your narrative, because now you're aware that, wow, this is alchemy going on that I'm intaking. I need to know and be more cautious of who's doing this. So just you being more cautious, already good job, is already putting you in alignment to not be super affected by this energy, right? But it's still something that you want to be cautious of, right? So now let's bring it into something deeper, like we said. Imprinting. Imprinting is when an Imprinting is when an emotion, a belief, a vibration, or an experience leaves a mark on your subconscious. It's like energetic wet cement. Whatever touches it gets embedded. So, for example, if I was to use one of these for me, and I know everybody has this example. And if you say you don't, just think about your grandma cooking. Your grandma definitely has imprinted energy on you, because you always, if you got a good grandma, even if you don't, it's an imprint there, because that's the type of stuff that you've maybe been forced to eat, or your mama, whoever. But I will never forget, as a kid growing up in New York, is this guy, he used to make sandwiches, and his spirit was such a beautiful soul. To this day, this man passed away years ago. But this is when I was like a little kid. And my granddaddy used to take me every day. And we built a relationship with the guy. He was so nice. He was helping out in the community. And when I ate those sandwiches, it made me feel so good. Like, that is a example of an imprint. That guy, even when I think about him to this day, it warms my soul. Like, he was a beautiful person, right? And just even off the strength of that, it was like the things he used to say to us used to be so positive, encouraging. And then the food just gave the whole full imprint, right? So imprinting is when an emotion, a belief, or a vibration, or an experience leaves a mark on your subconscious. That left a mark on my subconscious. As a kid, I don't want to eat everywhere where I don't feel good. I knew as a kid, I like to feel good. And when I didn't feel good at places, I just walk out. I don't want to spend my money there, because there's so many places that I'm not have to guarantee. That was something I knew as a little kid. It was times we would go somewhere, mom would try to make me get some food, and I'm like, no, I don't like I didn't say I don't like the energy, but that's what it was. You understand? So it's very interesting, especially watch kids, how they be so picky with eating certain things, because they probably have some type of awareness or consciousness intuitively with certain things. Even certain foods, however, you can go deeper, it goes deep, especially if you're eating meat, dairy, things like that. This is coming from a literal being that also holds a vibration, right? My ear ringing. It's crazy. So yeah, it's the energetic wet cement. Whatever touches it, it gets embedded. Humans can imprint through energy, environments. Energy is like when people see me, and I'm going to, use myself as example to help frame it for you guys, but energy. When people see me, they tell me I make them feel good, I make them feel safe, I make them feel noticed, things like that. That's me leaving an imprint on them. But everybody know that one person where it's like they always angry, it's always complaint, it's always a problem. That's also an imprint, right? Environments. Me personally, when I go to an environment, and for my example, I'm going to use, I go to a Sweetwater waterfall in Georgia, Sweetwater State Park. And the imprints that are there, I feel them. But the environment also leaves an imprint on me. And it's just like this, it's like a feeling that I will never forget in my life. And I will always go back to that place because it always feels good. But it is, when it comes to environments, it's certain places where it's like, especially like when it comes to like places that hold, like maybe death was taken there or something was happened there. Somebody was unalive there. Those environments hold an imprint, and you could feel that. All right. Another one is emotional states. Emotions are energy in motion, and a lot of people don't realize that, and they run around with these bitter emotions all day. That's an imprint. Repetition. Because you should always be switching up your routine, because you get to, in repetition, you will build an imprint, and you will build an imprint, and you can build a cycle, ingestion and unconscious absorption. I didn't want to make this video super long, y'all, so I'm not going to give an example for the last two. Food is one of the strongest forms of imprinting because it bypasses your conscious mind and goes straight into your body. When someone cooks from a place of anger, jealousy, depression, resentment, or confusion, that frequency imprints into the food. And when you eat it, you take in that message, not just physically, energetically, and psychologically. This is why certain people's food makes you tired. Certain people's food makes you anxious. Certain people's food makes you feel drained or emotionally off. This is why. That's imprinting. Energy becoming memory. Energy becoming habit. Energy becoming part of your operating system. Now, like I told you guys, this is the beauty of it all right here. Okay? Here is the beauty. When you become aware of all this, the food loses power over you. Awareness breaks the spell. Awareness interrupts the subconscious programming. Awareness stops the imprinting process. What could this look like? That girl keep feeding you spaghetti and you wonder why you tripping. Next thing you know, you start realizing, man, she done put something in the spaghetti. It stopped working. Right? It stops working because you've realized the game. Somebody can't play you at a game that you've realized, When you know what something is, it cannot influence you without your permission. When you understand that food carries energy, intention, symbolism, and vibration, you stop being a passive consumer and you become a conscious consumer. Because what? You know better, you do better. You move differently. You choose differently. You protect your body and your spirit. When you're asleep, the food can imprint on you. When you're awake, You decide what gets to stick. Okay? When you're awake, you decide what gets to stick. So, we had Thanksgiving yesterday. And Thanksgiving just makes it obvious because you're eating from 20 different hands, 20 different homes, 20 different emotional states. You know, you got so many different people bringing their potluck. But this awareness is year round. This is not something that just goes because how much fast food are you eating? And or these restaurants or these friends or, you know, this is something that every day you need to be cautious of because every day you're feeding your program. Every day you're choosing what energy you internalize. Some of you are spiritually tired because of the kitchens you eat from. I'm sorry to crack the bubble, birthday bubble. They're going to be mad at me, but I got to tell you. Some of you are spiritually tired because of the kitchens that you eat from. Some of you are mentally foggy because of the cooks you trust. Yep. Some of you are mentally foggy because of the cooks you trust. Some of you are emotionally drained because of the energy you've ingested. You wondering why I can't get up. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. Da 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 da. What are you eating and where did it come from? And who cooked it? Right? Who cooked it? What was their energy like? How was their life going? Not all food is neutral. Not all food is safe. Not all food is aligned with your evolution and who you are and who you're becoming. That's why you may have a diet like this now, then a couple of weeks later you may have this diet and that. Because it's like you got to see what's working for you in your life at that time. So it's not that I'm going to sit here and tell you, oh, you need to eat this or you need to eat alkaline and you need to be vegan. You need to do this. But I will tell you to be cautious of how it affects you and be very cautious and conscious and aware to take care of yourself on the aspect of if you know when you eat this it makes you feel that way, don't do that. Just like certain people know certain liquor make them angry, so they don't drink it. This is the same aspect, okay? This is the same aspect, y'all. All right, so going forward, be conscious, be intentional. Protect your energy from the inside out. As above, so below. As within, so without. You deserve food made with love, clarity, peace, and clean hands. Not chaos, not resentment, or hidden intentions. All right? Thank you guys for tuning in. My beautiful souls, if this message resonated with you, drop a comment, like, share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I also do cooking videos on my personal channel that I haven't done in a while, but I will be doing soon because I really want to talk about the alchemy and cooking. But y'all know I've been telling you guys that for a while, so stay tuned. We're not dropping no dates. When Spirit makes it the time, it's going to be the time. All right, but I love you guys. Peace.